Hey everybody, hope you're having a wonderful day, and this is just going to be a talk on knowledge. So, as we know, or as from my understanding, knowledge is never wasted, as people say, and I do believe that's true because, knowledge is not just something you read out of a book or you study in class or your teachers teach you in school or any of that. Knowledge is basically anything that you learn or understand, which is anything in life. It could be uh, your day-to-day activities, how you do daily things, from brushing your teeth to, getting up out of bed, making your bed, It could be even the simplest and smallest things that we deem inferior to the word knowledge. Because most of us associate knowledge with, knowing everything there is to know about a certain topic, mostly, in a sense of science, in a sense of, business, in a sense of, you know, all those typical subjects which associate with knowledge. But yeah, the reality is it comes in the small things and it comes in every little thing that you know about life. It's basically your understanding or your understanding of the concepts of life and everything around it, from human nature to relationships to friendships to your knowledge in school to your knowledge in your job to your experiences. It all culminates into, and collectively all of them become knowledge, your knowledge of life. So yeah, and I just wanted to touch on this topic because I feel like all of us have knowledge, like, of certain things and certain aspects. And you know as they say, as some people always say also, that with great knowledge and with a large amount of knowledge comes power, because certain things or certain important aspects that people don't understand or quite get at this point of time, and that itself could lead to power because you can create stuff or know about stuff that people don't know, and you can take advantage of it and use it to your advantage, whether it be to climb the social ladder, whether it be to climb the rankings in your company, whether it be to just be, more helpful in terms of life, and giving help to people. Let's say, you have the knowledge of science, you can find a cure for a disease, like let's say, influenza or something like that. Something better than, just normal medicine, cough syrup, and all of those stuff like Vicks and all that. You can find one simple cure to influenza or something, and you use it, and then you help cure millions of people who have influenza. Or you could take the other route, which is use it for your own gain, your own personal gain, or your own personal power, and try to keep it only for yourself for now, and then see if the market really needs it and try to raise the prices on it or give it like a really expensive price so people would be desperate to buy it. That's not a very good business tactic and isn't pretty ethical itself, but people do that. It's either they go the one route where they help people unconditionally and for the good of helping people, or they use it for helping people but mostly for their own personal gain. So that's what I mean by knowledge, and power. And as wise man once said, great power comes great responsibility. Quote from Spider-Man, Ben Parker. But yeah, that's actually true because like I've said, you can either go the route of helping people for the sake of helping people for their good, or you can do it for your own personal gain, which responsibility. But that's on you. You're responsible for whatever happens with the knowledge you use and the knowledge you give to people, because that in turn will impact them and the way they think about a certain thing or a certain aspect. Now, enough of, once again, the bad stuff. I always like to do this in these talks, list the good and the bad, what you can do with a certain thing. But now, I would say how to gain knowledge, and it's pretty simple. Like I said, you can learn anything and understand anything, and it will be perceived as knowledge. Whether you think of it as that or not, it is knowledge. It's basically your understanding, as I've said in the beginning of this stuff, understanding of anything that you tend to learn or tend to come across in life, whether that be in your books, or in your general daily life. But gaining knowledge, is a matter of choice as well, because you have a choice to learn from the experience or not. You have a choice to understand certain things, certain people, how they feel, how they think, how they work as people, how certain things work in life. I think, some of us think, even I used to think that at one point in my life, I wasn't knowledgeable. I didn't know anything. I was just blabbing on about dumb stuff that I believed in, but it isn't going to be really helpful to anyone. I had those thoughts and I thought that I was gonna fail in life because I didn't know anything. But that was in the sense of, book smart, or like, not to say that I'm street smart because I'm not, but that was in the terms of, not knowing anything and not really getting the best grades. So yeah, I tend to be discouraged by that. But as time went on, I gained this understanding of knowledge. I knew certain things. I knew certain information on certain topics that I don't think that I really understood that I knew these stuff like on a deeper level, but I did. And so that in and of itself is knowledge. So I had knowledge on a certain thing or a certain aspect, and then I decided, you know what, I actually know this stuff, I can do something with it. So what I decided to do was, well, as you know me, I just write whatever I think about in a piece of paper, like post it on my page on Facebook. So yeah, do that instead. Whatever thing comes to my mind, whatever understanding I have of certain topics, I either talk about it in videos like this, or write about it and post it on my page. But either way, I'm overall sharing my knowledge. I'm overall sharing my understanding of my beliefs and my findings in life, and in certain aspects as well. Some may be educational, some may be not, some may be spiritual, some may be not, or some may be just, me blabbing about things that are important to me. Yeah. But overall, I am sharing it, my knowledge, with you guys, and whoever sees this, whether they be following me or not. I am responsible for what I put out on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on anywhere else, and I am responsible for the knowledge that I share with people as well in my circle, my family circle, and my friend circle, because I am responsible for how they feel about a certain thing, what they think about a certain thing, because we all have an impact. And I think that, I blabbed on about impact before, and I blabbed on about, how you can impact someone emotionally, but I never really touched on how can you impact somebody mentally. And that's uh, that's really something that we can do unconsciously, because we can just be blabbing about certain things that we know about so well, but other people don't. And they think of it a certain way, and your knowledge, or the thing that you share, may either empower their beliefs or completely destroy their beliefs. It's either the two again. It's either something bad or something good, but overall it's giving them another perspective. And I think that's another thing I want to touch on, but I already did on one of my other videos, which is perspective. Some of us, we all have our own perspectives, but as soon as we tend to know more about things, we tend to gain another perspective. We tend to understand other people's perspective or other people's view of life. And that's another thing with building connections. I am just realizing now that, this specific talk is linking to all my other talks. It's kind of like that, because knowledge, it's not only a benefit to you, it's a benefit to everyone around you as well. Not only on, knowing and understanding things, but connecting and understanding other people's perspectives and connecting with them. Because once you have knowledge on their side, no, once you have knowledge of their point of view, once you understand their point of view and where they're coming from, you tend to connect with them, understand, share values, share knowledge, and overall, you hopefully, all of us can use our knowledge for the good because there's a lot of things that came from using your knowledge as good, the past to the future to the present day itself. All of these new advancements that we have, all of these new, materials or findings or, explorations that we have that benefit people in so many ways is the output of people using their knowledge for good. And I believe that although none of us are, or some of us, or most of us, aren't, tech savvies or entrepreneurs or successful, billionaires or whatever like this, we can make the world a better place. I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. We can make the world a better place by giving out proper knowledge on certain things, certain matters, certain issues that need addressing, that need attention, and therefore we can create a movement ourselves, and try to impact the world in a better way. You know, it's a way of, doing the right thing. And I believe that all of us can do the right thing because we all have a choice and we all have the will to do the right thing. So, to conclude this talk, I would just like to say, make the right choice that for you, but overall make the right choice in general. Spread the knowledge that you have, but spread it wisely, spread it carefully, and spread it so that people can benefit from it, people can, you know, learn from it, and it may impact their lives in a better way, in a good way. With that, thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for your attention, and hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.